another one.
I regret pursuing the PhD. I'm 34 years old. After undergrad, I worked in the corporate world making six figures in human resources. 7 years into the career, I felt like my work wasn't impactful. After meeting my partner, we moved from California to the Midwest. 2019 to 2021, I pursued my master's in counseling. 2021 to the present, I've been pursuing my PhD in counseling psychology. I regret I regret not assessing the pay of psychologists prior to going back to school. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average salary is less than what I made in HR by tens of thousands of dollars annually. I didn't factor in annual pay raises of 3% or growth in my career as a manager and eventual leader in the field. I didn't understand the corporate ladder at that time. The older I get, the more pressing saving for retirement and having a 401k gets. They say follow your passion. I don't say that. But from someone who did just that, I don't think that's good advice. Find passions in hobbies, family, and friends. Set financial goals and save, save, save so that your job is motivating in that way. Spend time with loved ones. The stress of a PhD may result in a divorce and strange relationships. Unfortunately, that was the case for me. Damn, I didn't even get to this part when I was sourcing this question. I have 2 years and 8 months left of school, followed by another year of postdoc training to get some hours to become a licensed psychologist. I'm leaning toward it not being worth it to finish. Better quit. Oops, sorry. It's wild to me how some professions like psychologists, despite the years of training required, do not pay well compared to industry jobs or other fields like medicine or nursing. Is this relatable for anyone else? Anyone else leave a corporate job to go back to school, or did I fall into a trap most people know to avoid? Woo. Mm, mm, mm. How you like them apples? So, so. This one might need it. 10 minutes, right? So let's go back to the top, right? Put our 5 minutes up, and we are good to go. This is highly unfortunate, but if you search the Tech Coach Ralph YouTube database, you will find a video called, what is the name of that video? I will I will put it in the chat as well. But let's see. Mm, Yeah, it's called Why Follow Your Passion is the Worst Career and Life Advice, right? I will put that in the chat for you too because that video is very, very important to take to look into, right? I do not believe in following your passion. It is not good for you, right? So you were making six figures. You left your job in human resources. Um, you were in there for 7 years. You left your job because you didn't feel that it was impactful, right? I don't know. Like people need to define what impact means, right? What impactful means, because for me, right, what's impactful for me is being able to take care of myself, take care of my family, being able to and in HR, right, you are technically taking care of a lot of people. You're making sure that the company is protected. You're making sure that the employees are protected. That employees, that everything is in place. That people are getting paid on time. Like, you know what? If you make sure that I get paid on time, you are one of the most impactful people in my life. All right. And you know what? I don't even mind if you get paid handsomely to do it, right? Because as long as the checks keep flowing, I am happy, right? And there's so many other stuff that HR handles. It's like I think they might be undervalued, right? Because they have to like get everything, from hiring process and make sure that all paperwork is filled and all that crazy stuff, right? I I could not do HR to be honest with you. I don't think I have the emotional fortitude to do that. All right. So you left your job, right? And you moved to from California to the Midwest, and you pursued your master's in counseling, right? And so another thing I've said, right? People don't adequately research before they're so emotional, they just make these decisions, and then they find out that it wasn't the right choice, right? And it has to take maybe a year or two to get your master's, and you didn't do the research. So it took you 2 years, right, to get your master's, right? You didn't do any research. Like, oh, how much money can I make with my master's, right? And then now from 2021 to 20 to we're in 2023 right now. You're pursuing your PhD in counseling, and you never checked how much you get paid, right? So now you're gonna make a bunch more money less. You broke up your family, right? You climbed the corporate ladder, you quit, and you broke up your family. You don't have any savings, and now you're realizing that follow your passion is crap. I'm going to apologize because I did not make this video about forgetting following your passion to chase success instead, right? I should have made that back in 2018, and hopefully you would have seen that video and it would have saved you from misery, right? It is very unfortunate, but I'm happy that you're able to share that following your passion is crap and that is terrible advice, right? Like I said, it's the worst career advice, and in your case, it actually translated to your life as well, which is highly unfortunate. So, what do you do now, though? Right? What do you do now? Right? You have another 2 years left, so it's going to take you from 2021 to 2025 to get a PhD that you don't even use, or that was not going to make you any money. Like, honestly, I don't believe in quitting, but I believe in quitting things that don't make any sense, right? Things that you should never started, you should probably quit those, right? Um, I don't know. It's like you said, your passion could be in hobbies, family, and friends, right? Um, you don't let and you know what? And that's why people end up in so much student loan debt, right? How much is it costing you to how much is it costing you to get this PhD, right? Probably in the hundreds of thousands to make probably half of that. What, 50, $60,000 a year? It doesn't make any sense, right? And you know, you said it's wild to you that some professions like psychologists, despite the years of training required, do not pay well. Social workers can go for years of training as well. You can be like, aren't school counselors like for the public school system like masters or PhDs or something like that? And they barely crack 50K, right? Let's do a quick look. Salary for school guidance counselor. 40K to 86K per year. 40K to 72K per year. 30K to 76K per year, right? Uh Salary for HR director maybe? Salary for HR director. 130K to 220K per year. See, like I said in that video, you need to realign your passion, right? Have your passion to make money doing something that you're good at, right? Not about your feelings, not about whatever, you know. It's about what makes sense, you know, and and right, like you said, for the things that are your hobbies, you know, for your passions, put those in your hobbies. But what I do is I put my passion in the stuff that will not only work as my career and make money, right? Because I I control my passions, right? So I'm like, okay, um, I get paid nicely for doing QA. So I'm gonna make QA my passion, right? I have other passions as well, right? I like to cook steak, I like to grill, I like to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? But what's always going to take precedence is my passion to get paid and make money, right? And then I can take that passion and I can share that passion with you to teach you because I like to code, I like to test, I like data engineering, and I can take that and I can share it with you. I can coach you and all that good stuff, right? So, that being said, do not like we have to do research before we just go out and do these crazy things, right? And this is the reason why there's so much student loan debt, like trillions of dollars in student loan debt, right? And people begging for forgiveness. It's not coming, right? You made a decision to go into these bad majors, right? You and like for you in particular, right? I would say, um, go back go back to HR. Go make your six figures. Fix your family, right? Fix your divorce. Don't unstrain your relationships, right? Is it worth some degree that you're not like you're gonna make so much less money in? Is it worth it? That doesn't sound, that doesn't sound like a passion to me. It sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like a burden. I don't like burdens, right? So you might have to reanalyze that. Is it worth it? I would say fix your family. And is it relatable for anyone else? I would say it's relatable to the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who are engulfed in student loan debt. You're not alone, right? And here's the thing, most of them didn't even have the opportunity to have a corporate job and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most of them, they went straight out from high school or whatever they're doing, and they went straight into some useless major, and then they just accumulated so much student loan debt and to maybe work as a Starbucks barista or a server at Chili's or something like that, right? Um, and don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with working as a Starbucks barista or working at Chili's. The problem is when you spend so much money in student loan debt to get a job where you're barely making any money and you can't pay it back, and now you're asking me, who made better decisions, to help you pay your student loan. I don't want to do that. All right, sorry, I don't want to do that. So that is the situation that we're in. Okay, so yeah, I would say try to go back to what you were doing before. Jump ship, get rid like no one's gonna look. I would do this if you were to tell me that you were to quit that PhD and you went back to making your six figures as a HR director or whatever position that you had in HR. I would go like this. All right, so my recommendation to you is get rid of that PhD program. You know, um, what's the word to you know the losses. I forgot the terminology, but you know, let it go and try to go back to that job that you had in HR. Fix your family. Go back to your husband or your wife. I'm not sure if it's a male or female writing this, but go back to your husband or your wife. Fix your strained relationships, and you know, find a different hobby. Right? Start a YouTube channel and talk to people on YouTube, and you know, use the psychology stuff that you learned there, and go from there. But don't don't waste your life, right? You're 34. By the time you finish your PhD, you're gonna be like 37, and you're not gonna have any money. You're not gonna have any savings. You're gonna have a bunch of student loan debt that you're going to be begging for forgiveness for. It's not worth it. All right, go back to what you're doing. Make your money. Fix your family. Fix your relationships, and get a hobby. Maybe try Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I find that for me to be the best therapy ever because I am trying to I'm trying to save myself from being choked out by people twice my size. So, you know, maybe that'll be your passion, all right?
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.